welcome to this week's OK at Work with myself, Sarah Sawyer, and my colleague, Russell Berger, both attorneys at Offit Kurman. And today we are kicking off 2023 with our first OK at Work episode, I believe, for 2023. And we are talking about what is ahead this year, what's to come in kind of the legal employment landscape here. So what are you expecting to see as we head into the new year, Russell?
Yeah, well, so one of the big things is going to be, how the economy plays out. And, neither one of us are economists. We're not going to make predictions about that, but we certainly have read the headlines and we have an understanding that, we might have an okay year, we might have a down year. But one of the trends that we're starting to see is employers being fearful of it being a down year and how that's impacting hiring processes and practices. So, if we see a worse economy and we see people, some employers cutting back, we're going to see layoffs, we're going to see reductions in force. So we're going to see more, need for planning around that and what that entails, whether you have to comply with WARN or any kind of state level WARN notice for mass layoffs. We think we're going to see some of that, but the flip side to that, the positive side for employers that don't need to go down that route, is it's going to change the supply and demand picture when it comes to hiring and staffing. There's going to be more talented people out there fighting over fewer jobs, which I think will make it a lot easier for employers to hire. So employers that are expecting to grow, employers that are in strong financial positions should really start planning now to be able to recruit and retain some really top talent at any number of positions in 2023.
Yeah, I think the hiring and terminations are going to be still hot topics in 2023, and kind of along those same lines, we're seeing more and more regulations around those processes. So especially on the hiring side with pay transparency laws. I know we talked on here about New York's new law in that regard, but I think we'll continue to see those trends with additional regulations and compliance concerns for employers. Also with just continuing to hire outside of your geographic footprint. So last year we saw a lot of employers just doing more general job postings, a lot more remote work still, which means a ton of my clients I know were calling me, well, now I'm in 10 states all of a sudden. Right now I got employees in all of these different states, and a lot of states are starting to have more and more pro-employee rules and regulations and programs, whether it be paid leave or, like I said, the pay transparency, or a lot of different, vacation leave, sick leave, different laws that are really starting to pop up. And now a lot of employers are like, I don't have to worry about what's going on in New York. I don't have to worry about what's going on in California. Well, now if you've got employees there, you do. So I think I'm going to continue to see that trend with my clients in the coming year. And I think it's going into the new year is a good time to start thinking about that as well. Where's my footprint going to be increasing? Do I need to start taking a look at these local laws that might be impacting me that I wasn't expecting?
Yeah, that triggers another thought in my mind is, do we think we're going to see more people returning to the office, more remote work, more hybrid? I mean, if I had to make a prediction on it, I think we're going to see a little bit more hybrid and people being in the office some, because I think what we've learned over the last couple of years is there's a lot of value in remote work, but there's still something to being in person, whether it's the energy or the training or the apprenticeship. I mean, that's how the practice of law works. It's, for hundreds of years, people have learned to practice law by working closely with other lawyers. And I think, so my guess would be we're going to see a little bit more hybrid, because at the same time, while that's true, people don't want to work in the office 5 days a week. And I don't think the job market has shifted so much that, employers are going to require people to be in the office 5 days a week.
Yeah, I agree with that prediction. I would say hybrid as well. I think that we've really learned. I mean, it depends on the industry though, too. I think it'll be interesting to see just what you started with, Russell, as far as some of the layoffs that are going to be happening and where people might be picking up employees. It's kind of a lot of folks that have been facing challenges with getting employees in the door and getting butts in seats, so to speak. They've been looking all over the place, and to take advantage of that opportunity of where people might be let go in California from a big tech company or something, wanting to, you're based in Maryland and you want to make use of a layoff that happens somewhere else. You might see more hybrid in those instances. So it'll be interesting to see kind of how that shakes out, because I think you're right. People are craving the interaction and seeing each other, but employers also don't want to miss out on the opportunity of being able to hire people in other jurisdictions. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes.
That's right.
Well, thanks, Russell, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks, Sarah.